Hello and welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Ben Lüning, I'm the master taster of Whisky.com. This is Horst Lüning, my father, and he's the senior taster of Whisky.com. And together we are trying the Bladnoch, 13 years old. And its big brother, the 16 years old, just got a gold award. We just had that video just a few minutes ago, and I can remember still it was really, really good. So, yeah, no pressure. Expectations are high.
So, this one is the Bladnoch, 13 years of age, vintage 2024. It's 46.7 ABV and is priced at Whisky.com at €81.90. Probably 1 or 2 or 3 euros more for alcohol taxes wherever you live. So the Bladnoch, 16 years old, had been a sherry matured whiskey, and this one is a bourbon cask matured whiskey. 100% bourbon cask matured whiskey. And so I expect a completely different taste from this.
Yeah, and 95% of these are first fill. So I expect a pretty sweet one. Yeah.
Vanilla, caramel.
Yeah, a lot of that. Yeah, really like. I think we've talked a lot about the what you call it, the Bladnoch in the other Bladnoch video. Mm-hmm. I'd really love to visit the Bladnoch distillery.
I had been there just in the time where they stopped operations in 1994 or 1995. I'm not quite sure. Mm-hmm. When I visited them, a very impressive distillery in the lowlands, but producing in the style of the highlands, just 2 stills, and those blue granite stones. They are not blue, but they have a bluish tint on it when it's wet, when the stone is wet. And we had that so wonderful old buildings and old distillery, and this one produces since 1817. So the ban wasn't active in the lowlands.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just realized here in the script it says the distillery was closed from 2009 to 2017. That means this stuff is actually from before the closure. And that's why they actually probably made it older, because they used to have an 11-year-old. And now this is a 13-year-old, so they have older stock and they're using the older stock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So probably it's a 2009.
Probably.
2008, 2009.
Ooh, this is...
Yeah, very intense nose, and I smell the ex-bourbon cask immediately. A fruity component in between, but there is this American white oak in it with a hint of the sweetness you imagined, but the sweetness isn't there in the moment, probably after the first sip.
Okay, yeah, definitely that vanilla bourbon first fill caramel and a bit of a honey note, but there is something that is sticking out. And what is that? That is really hard for me now. The English, Camilla, Chamola, the Camilla in English, right? But I have that. Or I'm not quite sure. There is something floral that is really particular strong for me, but
and a little bit of grass, green grass.
Or is it not sunflower? What's the butterflower? Yeah, I'm not quite sure. This has something flowery that reminds me of something I just really can't put my finger on it. This feels like a puzzle of smellery.
And a little bit of honey. Now I do have the honey as well, but just in a very special distance.
Mm-hmm. I expected it more like a really like bourbon, but this is a very flowery bourbon style scotch.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Mm. Mm. dryness, and then upcoming spiciness. Where is this spiciness coming from? That's not for American white oak. No. Really. Herbs, spiciness, and now a little bit of sweetness coming through, coming up. Medium aftertaste, medium to long. I still have the spices on my tongue.
Yeah, very spicy. Very spicy. That's strange. From that feels like a European oak or something, or like a hefty oak. A little bit of a tannin note, but it reminds me of let's say nutmeg or ginger in that kind of direction. Not as sharp and fresh as the ginger, but more of a nutmeg or an allspice or something like that. Yeah.
Could it be that these are American white oak casks, which are rejuvenated, very fresh?
Yeah, feels like they have very intense oak in there.
Matured in bourbon whiskey barrels. So nothing they say. Bourbon whiskey barrel matured. Heritage collection.
Must have been one of these more hefty bourbons, or some bourbon with a high rye content, or something like that. I don't know. It could, yeah, it has a bit of a rye touch to it. It's strange now that you smell it the second time. It's much more spicy. So this nice flowery, bloomy touch to it that is overwhelmed by that
and this
spiciness inside.
Uncolored against this white in the background. You can see it's quite dark for a 13-year-old uncolored whiskey. So this is really fresh casks, freshly prepared casks.
They have really strong and fresh casks. This is they have really hefty stuff.
Yeah, but now it's very friendly in the aftertaste. Just having it a few minutes in your mouth, it's friendly, warming, welcoming. So the spiciness is relatively fast gone. And keeping this warmth and light oakiness in your mouth.
But I guess it is, I think, one of their standard bottlings, but I don't think that the standard bottling will be around that long because just of the closure period of 2009 to 2017. There will be something coming up in a few years that will be, I don't know, 8-year-old, 9-year-old or something like that in a couple of years. And yeah, so it's really a bit of a shifting through the gap.
Yeah, and having it becoming older.
But this is too hefty for a beginner, I would say.
Yeah, but they say it's a lowland. Oh, I don't like those lowlands. They are so smooth, and so I'm telling. No, this is Highland style. This is hefty Highland style.
This is a hefty Highland style. This is a demanding. I would even say it's not enjoyed on a side whiskey. It's more of a sipping whiskey. This demands your attention.
It is good.
It's really good.
It's not that we describe around it and telling you it's not that good. No, this is really good. This is strong stuff. This is very untypical for lowlands.
Yeah. I'd really highly recommend it. Yeah. Nice whiskey. So if you'd like to buy this whiskey, have a look at Whisky.com. You can buy it in the Netherlands or Belgium. And yeah, thank you very much for watching and see you next time.